Hi and welcome to With Heart. When I ran my first marathon, I waited until about 3/4 the way through my training before I discovered a very essential tool in any athlete's training, and that is a foam roller. Trainer Scott Browning is here to kind of walk us through exactly how to use a foam roller. First, what is a foam roller?
Foam roller is exactly what it sounds like. It is just a big hard piece of foam shaped like a Tootsie Roll.
Shaped like a Tootsie Roll, and they're actually relatively inexpensive, right?
Yeah, they're not too costly. There's actually a whole bunch of different kinds. So you have your standard foam that we're sitting on, and they have some that are plastic, and there's others, but they're usually around 25, 30 bucks.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the very first one. What one are we going to do first?
We'll start with the most common one that people usually purchase their foam roller for, which is the IT band in the hips. Foam roller goes flat on the floor.
Okay.
And the easiest thing to do is to line it up with your hip bone. So you're going to place one hand out, and you're going to line your hip bone, so you have the big bony province, and you're going to be just toward the knee side of that. You're going to take your other leg and place it up here so that it makes it easy to move. And then all you have to do is simply walk yourself down the roller until you get to the knee joint. You don't pass the knee, you just stay right there, and then you just roll back looking for any tender spots, any tight spots, and then just roll all the way back up to the hip joint.
And you actually want to look for those, you want to use those tender spots. So if you feel it being tender, what are you supposed to do?
Put a little bit more pressure there if you can tolerate it. If you can't, or if it's too much, or it becomes really sharp or painful, you can use your hands to press yourself up off the roller a little bit to alleviate the pressure. If you're having other hip issues, you can continue to roll back onto your butt and roll all the way back into it to here, and then come all the way back across. So if you continue to roll right back onto the side, and then right to kind of the center of the spine there, and then you can just push yourself all the way back, rolling your hip so it rolls right down the iliotibial tract and all the way to the knee.
Okay, the next muscle that we're going to work, or Scott's going to work out for us, is our hamstrings.
Okay, hamstrings are really easy. So you have a seat on your foam roller, and Jen, you can just have a seat right on it. And you're going to basically, you're going to fall, you're going to work your way back off the roller, so your hands are back behind you until that sits right here between the hip and the hamstring. And all you got to do, walk your hands back, walk your hands forward. That's it. That's it, back and forth. And hamstrings, they can tolerate a little bit more force, so if you want to put a little bit more pressure, you can take and cross one leg here over the top and then walk them back. And all the way forward, rotating a little bit from side to side so that you can get, there's 3 muscles in the hamstrings. You want to try to get all 3 of them.
Okay, now we're moving on to our third exercise, and that is our calves.
Calves. Calves are about exactly the same as hamstrings as far as how we roll them out. You take your foam roller, roll it to the top of your calves. You do want to be careful avoiding a lot of pressure back behind the knees. So we generally start just right where the belly of the calves are. Same position, your arms are going to get a nice little workout here by holding yourself up. Take and walk and roll yourself all the way back.
Okay, the next exercise or roll that we're going to do is our quads. And you said this one's kind of painful for some people at first.
For some people, this can be pretty painful. It's kind of like the IT bands, that if you have areas that are problems, then they tend to show up. So a couple don'ts real quick on your quads. Roll to the top of the knee, but don't roll over the kneecap. So that's the one area to avoid. You can roll up as high as you want, basically to the hip bone, but avoid rolling over the patella. Quads are easy. Roll onto your belly. So your hands are here. We'll start with both legs on. Start at the top of the quads, or right at the base of the pelvis. And then slowly, just walk yourself out.
Like an army.
Army crawl. And then when you get there, just walk yourself back.
Okay, we are down to our 5th and final roll in this set, and it is your back.
Your back. Back is just like everything else. It's really super easy. You're going to flip around on your foam roller, have a seat on it, and you're going to roll yourself straight forward, right off. You're going to feel your low back right away. If you want to spend a little time here, just rolling along the top of the hips, along those SI joints, is not a bad place to start, but then you can roll all the way down, lay back on it, get a little bit more work into your lower back, and then come back up a little bit. When you're all finished there, you can turn your roller the other way, and slide it underneath. Yeah, it's the long way, so you can just sit right on it. So sit up on it and just lay back on it so it lines right up with your spine. And then you can simply just do a little bit of rocking side to side and get those muscles that run along the top of the spine. And try not to roll off. Yeah, having your feet in a nice wide stance is helpful.
So there you have it, 5 easy things to do on your foam roller, and everyone should have one of these in their home, right?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you so much to Scott. And for more tips and tricks from Scott and more information about foam rollers, head over to withHEART.com. Thanks for watching.